Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. And if you are new, I'm Emily and I'm really excited to have you guys stumbling over my words already. In today's video, we are going to be talking about boys. I have never talked about anything like this ever, I don't think, on my channel. I may have talked about contentment and, you know, like, obviously if you're a woman, things like that just come up and you just talk about it. But yeah, if you are a guy, you really might not want to watch this. I mean, you can, whatever, but it might not interest you, because I'm going to be talking to the ladies here, and I think all of us can relate to some extent or another. If yeah, it's such a big topic, and I'm not going to be covering much. I'm just going to be covering a couple of things. So yeah, with all that being said, I've got my coffee here, and in my last video I didn't drink hardly any, so we'll see if I drink more in this video. Not sure, but it's really delicious. Anyway, let's go ahead and get straight into this video. I'm a little bit nervous for it, but I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like I need to talk about it. So with all that being said, I feel like I've said this a couple of times, but let's get straight into today's video. And if you are new, I would love to have you subscribe and join my channel. I also want to say that I will leave you guys a video in the description box that I highly recommend. It's from my sweet friend Abigail. I absolutely love her to death. She is really, really sweet. And I just want to leave her video. She also made a video about guys. In her story, I am not ready to share my story about guys. I probably never will be until I am in a very serious relationship or engaged or married. I don't think I will ever be brave enough to share my story. And so I really, really respect and look up to that. She is literally a very good godly example, and she has really taught me a lot. But I will leave her link in the description box because I really, really think you guys should watch that video. So let's go ahead and get back into the video. Okay, so the first thing that I thought of when I was thinking of making this video is there really good, godly, Christian young men out there these days? Yes, there are. There are plenty, but I feel like if God doesn't want you to get married right now, then He could be protecting you. Or I also feel like sometimes I feel like we think that God's just gonna like drop them off at our doorstep, and personally I do not believe that at all. Like, yes, I think He will bring you two together, but I don't think that He's literally gonna like, here, this is your future husband and you know 100% sure right now. He may do that in some cases, but I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like He doesn't do that. It does not say that in the scriptures, so I'm not saying that it's not even possible. I know I have watched a few like YouTube videos that people have known right away. They're like, yeah, I'm marrying that person and I really know that that's going to be my future spouse. But I feel like that doesn't really happen a lot of times. You can pray and ask God if it's His will. Personal experience, I have done this in the past, and you can pray that if it's God's will, then He will show you clearly, or like something will happen. But you also have to be open if it's not God's will, because I feel like sometimes we can think that we like this person so much, and it's like,
yeah, I cannot live without this person, and if we don't get together, then I just can't survive.
Now that is a really bad perspective on life, because if this person is a really good, godly Christian young man, and that's not the one for you, there is someone better for you. And He's not the only one. God has a great plan for your life, and that involves who you're going to spend the rest of your life with. And as Christians, we really shouldn't take it lightly, because we are with that person for life. And yeah, that is something that should not be taken lightly, but I also don't think that it should be taken to an extreme extent. And if like this person isn't perfect, then bye. No, I don't think that, but I do believe that you should believe like the same things as well, like salvation and all of the deep Christian core values that you have as a believer. I do think that you should believe on those, because that would not be well if you married someone who did not believe like this on the same salvation level as you. So like you teach your children this and then they teach their child that. And also I was watching a Q&A the other day, and it was about relationships, and somebody asked a question about something along the lines of their boyfriend was not a Christian. That is something that I have been thinking about, like after I watched that video. I know my beliefs on this like instantly, and that is something I will never change. I also think that you should not change any of your spiritual values just because you want to get married now. But it says in the Bible not to be unequally yoked. So yeah, obviously you don't marry a non-Christian. Anyway, the next thing I thought of was our looks as women. I know that I'm sure men struggle with this as well. Like, I don't talk to men about that. I feel like that would be really strange. But I know that there are probably guys out there who struggle with their looks. I don't know, maybe. But us as women, we want to be beautiful. We want to be all these things. But that is not something that should like be at the top of your list. And if you ask the question to yourself, does he not like me because I look such and such a way? And if you have to ask that question, would you really want to spend your life with that person? If they don't accept you the way you are and they just try to fix you, would you really want to spend the rest of your life with that person? For me, I would not want to spend the rest of my life with someone who was trying to always fix me. Now, I'm not saying that the person should not confront you on things, maybe beliefs or whatever. But it should be in a loving way. And if they're always trying to fix you, yeah. God has made you the way that you look and the way that you are. And if those things that are not changeable, if that person wants you to change them somehow, it's obviously going to make you feel devalued in a way, and small, and not beautiful as God wants his children to feel. We are fearfully and wonderfully made in his image. He made you the exact way he wanted you. So if you have to change your looks to attract a guy, or if you have to change the way you act to make them like you, that is really something you do not want to do, because in the end, and if you do end up getting together in marriage, you're not going to be able to act the rest of your life. He's going to know your true self. But I think that's really important, just to act yourself. My cat is meowing. Acting yourself is really important, and being transparent. Another thing I want to talk about is contentment. If you are not content while you're single, you are not going to be content being married. Because if you're always looking to the next best thing, you're going to look to the next best thing in marriage too. So when you get married, you're going to want kids. When you have kids, you're going to want your kids to be older. When your kids are older, you might want them to get married. Or you might want grandkids. You might want a son-in-law, a daughter-in-law, whatever the case may be. So, yeah, if you are not content while you're single, you're not going to be content while you're married. And if you think that a spouse is going to bring you happiness, they will bring you happiness, but they won't bring you fulfillment. And they will bring you not necessarily happiness all the time. Every person has their moments, and the person is never perfect. I think us as singles, we need to find our contentment now. And sure, we can be waiting for a spouse, but we shouldn't be just waiting for them. We should be doing something else, in my personal opinion, because if we are literally only wanting to get married in the future, and if that is not God's plan for you, and you follow His plan, if that is not His plan for you, you are going to be very disappointed. And I'm not saying at all that I am perfect in this area. I'm not. Obviously, yeah, I do really want to get married and have children in the future, but I want it in God's timing, and I want who He has for me, because I do not want a person that is not God's will, because in the end, I don't want to have said, should I have waited? If I have waited, what would be different? I don't want to say that. I want to be able to say, wow, I really see how God worked in this, and I am so blessed to have so-and-so my spouse. I don't want to be discouraged that maybe I didn't really follow God's will, or maybe I didn't wait like I should have. And so when we are just waiting around for marriage to come, for love to find us, or maybe we're searching for love, I don't know. When we are waiting for that person to come and God to bring that to us, that's all we're waiting for, that is not going to be a fulfilled life or a content life. You may think you're content, but I really don't think down deep you are, because if literally that's all you're waiting for is to get married and you have no other goal in life, there is nothing wrong with marriage. Marriage is literally a beautiful gift, and it is not something that should be looked down upon at all, but neither is singleness. Like, singleness is also a gift, and it is used to prepare you. It should be used to prepare you. Your parents are given to raise us, and we are supposed to honor them. In a situation where we may not want to listen to the authority of what our parents are saying, that can be really hard, but we have to discuss it with them and bring it to the Lord and do ultimately what the Lord wants us to do. I'm not saying to go around your parents at all, but yeah, if we are not content as singles, we are not going to be content married at all. Let me just put that out there bluntly. If you are not content single, you're not going to be content married. I'll just share a little bit of a story, not really a story. When I was in high school, early high school, I was like, I want to graduate. And I really just wanted to get married. That was all I wanted to do, is get married in my future. And really, I had no other dreams. And there's nothing wrong with marriage. But I was like literally just wanting to graduate so I could get married. You know, when you graduate, you're supposed to get a boyfriend and get married, right? That's what the world thinks or does. But really, that's not true at all. A lot of people have to wait till they're literally in their 30s to get married. I really just wanted to graduate so I could get married. My last year of high school, let me tell you, God just did a miracle in my life, literally, because I was going down the wrong path. My last year of high school, or my last 2 years of high school probably, I really enjoyed my school. And I really look back and I like cherish those years. Most of my school I hated and I just wanted to get done. I think most people are probably like that. But my last 2 years I really enjoyed it, and I was like, I saw dreams for my future that I could have and not just marriage, and God gave me contentment being single. He gave me the joy of the Lord of being single. Now, I'm not saying that when you are in a relationship you don't act completely different. You do, and you have there's a completely different outlook on life when you are in a relationship. You have completely different view of everything, and you are a lot happier. I'm not saying if you are dating, let me just say this, if you are dating and you were happy before you dated, but now you're like really happy, there's nothing wrong with that. That's not saying that you weren't content before. That's not saying that you should stop dating this person because they make you really happy, but you weren't this happy without them. There's nothing wrong with that. That is natural. But yeah, God gave me the joy and contentment, and I decided I want to wait for Him to bring me someone. People say it till love finds you. I really like that saying because I was like, I don't want to search for love. I want you to bring love to me. Now, I'm not saying that that's me sitting at home, you're doing nothing, and just expecting for God to miraculously put someone in my life. I'm not saying that. I believe you have to talk to people, whatever. And obviously not being flirtatious. Yeah, He gave me the joy, and I look back on that time and I am very grateful for all of the struggles that He allowed me to go through, because I see where it brought me. And yeah, I still really do want to get married sometime in the future and have children, but I want to wait on the Lord, and I'm not going to go around searching for guys. I just don't think that's right to go and play the field, I think it is. The last thing I want to talk about really quickly here is, will He really want me? Will He really want me after I've been in this relationship or done that, thought this, whatever. You can fill in the blank. Will He really want me if He is a godly Christian young man? He will forgive that, and He will overlook that and see who you are now. That's not saying that if you are continuing in those sins that He shouldn't confront you on them. I don't think that. I feel like if you are in a relationship or pursuing a relationship with this person, you ought to confront them with things to discuss them, because obviously if you feel the Lord is leading you in marriage with this person, you want to cover that ground, and you want to be able to be open and honest with that person. You don't want to feel like you can't tell them things. I don't really think I have much more to say on that topic, because I think it's pretty explanatory, and I really hope that this video has made sense to you guys. But yeah, and again, I do want to say that this is my personal opinion, but the verse that I want to leave you with is I don't know the reference, but is delight yourself also in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. I believe that if we delight ourselves in God, He will give us the desires of our heart, because it says it and because I have experienced it personally. So with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and for any of you guys who have any more advice or questions or whatever, go ahead and leave them down below. I just really felt like I needed to talk about this, and I am not a professional at all, and I'm not even married. So yeah, with all that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I would love to have you subscribe if you are not already. But with all that being said, I am going to stop talking and let you guys go. So thank you for watching this video. Hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye. I always get, I'm stumbling with my words. Clear your head. But yeah, I think us as but I'm getting off topic. I am like everywhere in this video. I'll see you next time.